I bought her a brand new car because she said I'd do anything for her. Days later, she disappeared, and when I finally found her, the passenger beside her left me speechless. I'm 34, and for a long time I truly believed that big gestures could hold a relationship together, that if you gave someone enough, they would never want to walk away. Then I met Lena last summer in Austin, and at first, everything felt effortless. Her laughter carried across the room like music, pulling me toward her before I even realized it. We spoke about trips we hadn't taken yet, about apartments we might someday share, and it all felt so natural, as if we had known each other for years. I wasn't flashy or reckless. I saved, I planned, and I showed up when I said I would. When her old car finally broke down, I saw how much it hit her, even though she tried to hide it behind her smile. She needed it for groceries, errands, visiting her mom a few towns away. She laughed it off, but I could see the stress hiding behind her eyes. That was when the words slipped from my mouth almost on their own. "Don't worry. I'll take care of it." I'll never forget how her eyes softened, as if I had just lifted a weight off her shoulders. I spent a whole week searching for something reliable. Finally, on a bright Saturday morning, I drove a silver Honda Civic off the lot and parked it right outside her place. I even left a giant bow on the hood. Silly, maybe, but I wanted to see her smile. When I handed her the keys, she covered my hands with hers and whispered, "You're the best thing that's ever happened to me." In that moment, I believed every word. Those first few days after the surprise were golden. She sent me little videos of the dashboard lights like she couldn't believe the car was real. We drove with the windows down, music pouring out as if life couldn't get any better. But then the tone shifted. Not suddenly, more like a dimmer switch turning down the light. A late text here, a missed call there. Plans that once fell into place began to slide around. She said she was busy, that her week was full, back-to-back stuff. I told myself it would pass. But our evenings faded into weekends, and weekends became, maybe next weekend. I could see her active online, yet my messages sat unread until morning. And when we did meet, it felt like she was already halfway out the door. Her smile no longer reached her eyes. When I asked if something was wrong, she just said, "Work stress, babe." That word, babe, felt like a band-aid over a crack that was only getting bigger. I started to second-guess everything. Was I too much? Not enough? I reread our texts, searching for the moment the color drained out. Meanwhile, the car sat clean in her parking spot, and I kept telling myself that meant we were okay. After all, who would drive a gift like that away from the one who gave it? But then came the silence. Not the kind that follows a fight, just a void where her voice used to be. The good morning text stopped entirely. Calls went straight to voicemail. By the time I stopped by her office one afternoon with her favorite coffee, hoping to surprise her, I found out from the receptionist that she had taken time off. Something about moving. Moving? She hadn't said a word to me about it. When I called, her phone was already disconnected. Her social media vanished overnight. Even her email bounced back as if she had never existed. It felt unreal, like she had ghosted not just me, but the very life we had built together. All I had left were the words echoing in my head from weeks before. "You'd do anything for me, right?" I had thought it was a joke. Now it felt like a warning I ignored. For days I replayed everything, trying to piece together where it went wrong. Then, late one night, I found the truth hidden in a photo on her friend's social media page. Lena was there, laughing, her hand resting on the chest of a tall guy wearing aviators. Behind them sat the silver Honda Civic I had bought. My car with the same license plate, even the little compass keychain I had chosen because she said it reminded her of direction. The caption read, "New adventures, new beginnings." In that moment, the anger I expected never fully came. What I felt instead was a heavy kind of clarity. She had planned this. Every missed call, every excuse, every fake smile. And the man beside her? Caleb. A name I remembered all too well from months ago. "Just a friend from work," she had said back then, smiling too quickly. Now they were living together in San Antonio, starting a new beginning with a car I had bought. At first I sat with the anger, trying to decide if I wanted revenge or if I just wanted peace. And then I remembered something that changed everything. The car wasn't actually hers. I had done all the paperwork myself. The title, the insurance, everything was still in my name. Back then, it just seemed responsible. Now it felt like my way back to balance. I called my insurance company, reported the vehicle in unauthorized possession, and within an hour, they sent me its exact location. I didn't rush. I waited, planned, and when I finally made the drive to San Antonio a week later, I knew exactly what I needed to do. When I arrived at the apartment complex, there it was, the Civic, spotless and shining like new. I called the tow company, showed the driver my title, and watched as he began hooking it up. That's when Lena appeared, barefoot, hair tied back, a look of shock on her face. "What are you doing?" she demanded. I met her eyes and said calmly, "Taking back what's mine." "You gave it to me," she snapped. "No," I said, my voice steady. "I bought it. It's registered to me, and you disappeared. You don't get to vanish with something you never owned." Caleb stepped out then, trying to look tough. "Man, just let it go. It's not worth it." I turned toward him, calm as ever. "You can keep the story. I'm keeping the car." The tow driver finished his work, and with nothing left to say, I handed over the keys. Watching the car rise onto the truck didn't feel like victory. It felt like release, like finally closing a door that had been stuck open too long. I got into my other car, followed the tow truck out, and never looked back. Back home, the Civic sat in my driveway again. But this time, it didn't carry the weight of promises or broken words. It was just a car, mine alone. That night, I blocked her number. Weeks later, she sent me an email saying she missed me, that she'd made a mistake. I read it once, then closed my laptop without replying. I wasn't a backup plan. A month later, I sold the car and used the money to invest in myself, therapy, a trip to the mountains, and a few hobbies I'd been putting off. For the first time in a long time, I felt free. I learned that real love doesn't ask you to prove it with grand gestures. It shows up when things get hard and stays when walking away would be easier. Pain taught me that faster than peace ever could. And even though Lena tried to turn my kindness into her escape, she accidentally gave me something priceless. Clarity, self-respect, and peace. If you ask me today whether I'd do it all again, my answer is simple. Yes. Not because she deserved it, but because I did. The best revenge isn't payback. It's freedom. Thank you for watching till the end. Hit that subscribe button and stay tuned for more stories.